Are you tired of just surviving and are ready to thrive and feel fully alive? Allow me to share with you some principles, some practical ways that I've been able to transform my life, and I believe they can help you do the same. But first, let me paint a picture for you for what my life looked like before I began practicing presence. I was very busy and fluttering around in the past, in the future, and not really understanding that life really happens here in this present moment. And so I was given the opportunity to learn about practicing presence from my middle son, Corey, who actually died in 2014 suddenly and unexpectedly. And before he died, he went through this beautiful transformation experience, and he brought me along with him. So he began teaching me of what it meant to be present and how to practice presence. And I'd like to share some of these practical ways to be here now. The first one is I began going to my breath, and throughout the day I would think about my breath consciously and just feel my breath. Our breath is always with us, and it grounds us into this moment. I also began to do simple things like when I was sweeping the floor, I would feel the broom in my hand, and I would look at the dirt, and I would just fully focus my attention on what was here now. And I want to say that that was not something that was natural for me. I've been a multitasker most of my life and very good at it, but I began just eliminating all of these extra activities and really focusing on what it is that I was doing at this time. I would walk down the hall of my house and I would feel my feet touch the floor. And I try not to think about, oh, I need to get to that other room to get whatever it is I was going to get. And I would just like feel my hands and my body and just really focus on this moment. When I eat my meals, I just really savor the sights and the smells and the taste, and eat slowly and try to really focus all of my attention into this moment. Go deeper and deeper into this moment. And so as I began practicing presence, I realized that I was actually experiencing life in a much richer way. And I also realized that part of this feeling alive involves doing some healing work for myself, which would require me to be present for all of my feelings and be able to harmonize those. But it's very hard to be present with feelings like fear and anxiety and sadness and anger when we're not even used to being present to begin with. So I practice. You know, the more you practice anything, the easier it gets and the more proficient you become, until it becomes just natural. You don't have to think about it. You just start really going into this moment. So I want to share with you the next step. And this is something that I do from time to time. I check in with what's here now. And it's really a valuable practice. So I start with my body, and I check in with what's present in my body, and then I check in with what's present with my feelings, and then I check in with what's present with my thoughts, and then I check in with what's present with my highest self. And so what that looks like is that my body, right now I feel the sun in my face, I feel a little bit of perspiration and heat from the sun, but at the same time the coolness of the breeze. I feel my hair on my back and front, and I feel my feet grounded into this earth, and I feel a little bit of lightness here in the middle of my belly. So that's checking in with my body and my feelings. I feel a lot of excitement right now and a lot of joy, and also some tranquility. And I want to share with you that when you're checking in with your feelings, that your feelings could be present in a wide range at the same time. So sadness can be present with joy, And that's really important to access all of your feelings that are present so you know what you're working with. And we're especially trained to not want to feel sad or angry or fearful or anything, so we tend to blot that out. So if you can just access just a little bit of sadness, and I do feel a little bit of sadness at this moment. So just being really honest with myself so I can work with myself. Then I check in with my thoughts, and my thoughts are, this is amazing that I can make this video out here in Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, and to enjoy this magnificent mountain and all of the wildlife here. And I just am so grateful for my life. It's amazing. So the last thing that I'd like to do is check in with my highest self. And what I'd like to say is that those body feelings and thoughts can be very loud sometimes, and they can actually be kind of like a little child is throwing a temper tantrum right here, screaming. You wouldn't be able to hear my voice. Well, our body, our thoughts, and our feelings, they can be very loud, especially when we're in trauma or pain, and we really don't have access to our highest, truest self. And so I like to just calm that body, feelings, and thoughts through stillness so that I can hear the quiet, still voice of my highest self. And I'm going to check in right now with what my highest self, my soul, is saying. All is well. Things are not what they seem. Life is beautiful. You are loved beyond measure. Thank you for being here now.